I think we live now in a world where taking care of yourself looks easy or pretty or aesthetic, and I think social media has really make a distortion. People in social media make distortions of what it is taking care of yourself. I don't think it always looks like that pretty. I think there is pain when you actually take care of yourself from the inside to the outside. I wanted to put these thoughts out there about what it is being actually taking care of yourself from my point of view. Like, no one else will take care of you if not you. And I think people tend to go deep down into the rabbit hole of depression. Like, it happens to me when I realized that I was the only one that will take care of me and will love me and will, look for my interests. I don't think other people will do that for you, not even your parents, because sometimes some parents probably. I'm 26 and I have been taking therapy since I was 21, since 2021. So actually, I was 22, sorry. So since I was 22. So almost 5 years now that I've been taking therapy, and it has been a very long journey for me. I feel that I still being a baby in the process. Like, I still have a lot to learn and a lot to heal, and every time that I think that I clean a part of my house that is me, another part gets dirty because I didn't open that door. It could be either my parents or my childhood or my ex-boyfriends, or I don't know, whatever I have to work on. Past 4 years for me have been really difficult and painful sort of way. At the beginning was really, really hard for me to work on the things that I have to work on. But now that I look back and I see where I am now, it really makes me feel proud of me. I think people who is taking care of themselves, either in therapy, either like journaling or whatever is in your hands. Like, I know going to therapy is a privilege, especially now, and I'm not saying it's the only way for you to heal. That's the way that worked for me. I really don't think therapy is the only way, but for me was the best way that I had in the moment to start healing. And when I was 22, I was going through a lot of things. I wasn't really that responsible. Some circumstances kind of forced me to be responsible because I needed to be, because no one else was taking care of me, and my parents were not that trustable back then. Like, I was not really having a good relationship with them in any shape or form. So I'm not happy that that happened, because my life wasn't easy. I had some tools that maybe other people didn't have. So it's talking about me, I think. Even though I have a lot of, I didn't have security or stability in my house or those kind of. Your parents cannot give you everything, not either emotionally nor emotional tools or material things. Like, there is always something that they won't be able to give you. And the first thing that really hurt me to learn back then at the beginning of therapy was that it doesn't matter what they don't give you when you were a kid. You as an adult have to give you those things. And it took me months to actually accept that fact, that my parents are not going to give me right now, I'm at 22 years old, the things that they didn't give me when I was a kid, either time, love, attention. So I will need to give me those things, but I don't know how. So therapy, that's what therapy is for. For me. My psychologist, my therapist helped me at the beginning a lot to find ways to give me those things. And it hurt because of course your inner child, like the little Mrs. Fahrenheit, um the one that has 8 years old, it's angry because why my parents didn't give me that, why I have to give me those things, right? Because that's why I'm supposed to have parents, right, to give me those things, and they didn't. So it's really sad when you realize that you are the adult in your life that is going to take care of you once you grow up. And feel sometimes I get angry sometimes when I'm doing something very difficult or something that I have never done before, or when I'm going through a situation where I don't know, I don't know what to do, and I need help, and I need to find out that help by myself because my parents have their own problems now, and they don't going to be here forever. And that's the other part of growing, that it really hurts, right? That the people you love or the people you care about are not always going to be there for you, because everyone has their own lives. No one is thinking about you as much as you think they do. But the other thing that really it was painful for me to realize while I was growing in my early 20s is that some things are your fault. Some things are actually your fault, and you are the only one who can fix it, and you cannot blame your parents forever. And we can see that pattern in our parents, right? Sometimes they say that, oh, it was your grandparents fault that I get pregnant, or that I don't have anything, or that I'm stressed all the time, and we blame we see that pattern, or parents blaming our grandparents. And for me was, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to keep repeating things that are not making any good for me. And I don't want to, that's maybe an example, but I don't want to have kids. But if I wanted to have kids, I don't want my kids to repeat that and say, oh, it's your fault that I'm anxious. Taking responsibility of you is not only accepting what your parents didn't give you, but actually being responsible and taking accountability of the things that you as an adult are doing right now, as you are conscious, and that are not your parents' fault, because you are the one writing your own life right now. And sometimes, of course, the context and the situation and other people can, sometimes we make decisions without even realize that we are taking a decision. But every time we have the chance to choose doing one thing or not doing it, or doing another thing, or going to that place or not going to that place, it's our responsibility, it's our story, the one that it's being written by us. Some people don't realize of it until it's very late. I got depressed really quickly. I have always been depressed since I was a teenager, when I realized of the ugly truth of my um parents' life. And I got really depressed because I always fantasize with, okay, there are people who get worse lives, so my life is not that bad. But when I actually was able to take a seat and realize how bad it was, it really took me a while to get out of there. I think 2025 is the first year that I actually feel happy, that I don't feel sad at all. Like, of course, I had difficult situations sometimes, like with money, with my dog, with my family, but any of those things turn me down like it used to before. I do think we have this misconception of what, when someone says something like life gets better, we think probably the life gets better means life without pain, and that doesn't happen. That when we say life gets better, it's we learn how to live with the pain. Something that also my therapist teach me, and it make complete sense, is that some things never stop hurting. We just learn how to live with it. And some wounds are permanent sometimes. It, sometimes we can go back and remember what or who hurt us and not feeling the same pain as we used to, but the memory of it and probably the sadness of remembering how people disrespect you or people hurt you or people just dismiss your feelings back then, it doesn't mean that it's going to disappear. You just learn how to live with it. And I think that's move on to when we accept the things are what they are and people are what they are too. um, it's easy sometimes to just ignore that something hurt, that something is not okay, that something that someone did in the past is still affecting us and our days. For me, I remember that with my parents, it was really difficult for me to seeing them as their own person because I was very hurt, especially when my dad, I think. Um, Daddy issues are real. Um, but happen. I know that my parents are their own person and I am my own person too, so they don't owe me anything and I don't owe them anything too. But back then was really hard for me to look things in that way because for me, my dad's actions in the past in my childhood really affect me, and I thought that those wounds were healed, but actually I was not touching it. So that's why it took me a very long time to realize that what I live was awful, that there were things that really messed me up, and there were things that really hurt me and affect me and were affecting my life back then in my decisions and how I used to make decisions and how I used to behave towards other people, towards me, um, to my friends, my the people that were close to me. And so it hurt for me to grow and to realize that it was because of it, but also because I was the one taking decisions through the wound, trying to heal, probably because what we don't heal we repeat, trying to change. And sometimes growing up is also realizing that we are never going to have everything figured out and everything fixed, or there are going to be things that we are going to take a while into get it over. And that doesn't mean that you are doing something wrong. It just means that they might be things that you still like recreating in your head over and over again, maybe not in the same way but in the same kind of situations. And sometimes those things are the ones that don't let us move on, and we think that we already move on or that we already figure out something or really get over about something that happened or someone, when actually we are just avoiding to do the work that we have to do. The example, I used to be very mad with my dad. I still being mad with my dad, and I was so angry in my last session with my therapist that she needed to stop me and ask me like, okay, what are the things that your dad did to you? Because what you're mentioning is just what hurts, but for the things that your dad did to your mom. So actually, that pain that you're feeling is not totally yours. You are really making a whole thing with the things that hurt you and the things that hurt your mom. And both are completely different. You cannot suffer for the things that your dad did to your mom. You can be angry, of course, because you're a woman, probably you identify more, or because you sympathize more with your mother. But that doesn't mean that you have to suffer what they suffer. And sometimes I think as a sons and daughters, we tend to suffer for what our parents live or for what our parents did to each other, when that's not our job and it's not even our pain. And sometimes we can live 30 years suffering and hate someone just for something that they did to other person. It's, I think it's important to have empathy, and that doesn't mean that you just act like nothing cares, or like that you don't care what your dad or your mom did to your dad or whatever. But what exactly, for example, for me was like, what is exactly the thing that your dad did to you? And once I acknowledged that, my baggage just started to be less heavy because I was able to approach the things that actually were my pain and separate them from what was my mom's pain. I don't know if it happens like to you, if, in case you are as well in this path of healing things that hurt a lot, like your childhood, or just forgiving your parents or anything like that. I don't know if have happened to you that sometimes you feel like you are almost there, like you are almost forgiving your parents, that you are almost forgiving your ex-couple, and that you are almost forgive what they did to you or say to you or anything. But suddenly new things, new experience, new people trigger things in you that you thought that you already get over. And it's like, feel, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm starting from scratch. And it's so heavy, and not only heavy, but it's also so painful because it's like living in the process again. Like, I almost reached the 100% and I just get back to 5%. And forgiving people also, I think, is part of healing. And it's a painful, it's the painful part, because I think the hate and all the resentment that you can feel towards someone is just the confirmation that what happened was real, that all the pain worth the time and the tears and all the opportunities you left and all the people that you just left behind. I think pain, it's a reminder of that all those things happen. I don't think avoiding a feeling or a situation actually helps. I think it's even more painful when you go back and you see that you avoid something and you hurt probably someone in the process. And it's part of it, it's part of learning and growing. And that's what we are here for. Sometimes life doesn't have any much sense. If we want to find the sense of life and the meaning of life, if we want to find the meaning of life, we probably, no one will be agree with. So I think the meaning of your life is what you decide to be, and whatever you decide to be, that is the reason to be alive. It's valid and it's okay, and it can change. You can change it, it can change with time. mm, it's not always the same. I really get obsessed with my work, And now that I accomplished the things that I wanted, for me it's more like I just want to be myself. For so many years and so many time, I always wanted to be loved and to people to like me. You can accomplish that or not, but I cannot just not being myself because people won't like it. That's okay. And I'm not even the same person that I used to be 6 months ago. I'm not even the same person that I was 2 days ago. I'm 26. I don't know anything about life, actually. I don't think anyone knows. Life is painful, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think pain is just a reassurance that we are alive and that we still care about things and people. And sometimes disappointment is just to help you to redirect your expectations to other things or to other person or to yourself. um, I think that's just what it is. And see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you find something in my words that give you comfort, a hug,